racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Friday evening. Blue skies overhead. Nice, warm evening, but not hot as it was earlier this week. So just a beautiful night to be out here at the track. Fast track. Announcer slow, but nonetheless, we'll see if we can pick it up as the night progresses. Get up to speed. We'll get the help of Sugar Doyle, and he's been handicapping well of late, and we'll see what he's got for us this evening. But before we get to any of the racing action and the information that we'll discuss about picks, we need some information about changes. Let's look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Race number 1, there are no changes. Race number 2, no changes. Race number 3, no changes. Race 4, no changes. Race number 5, scratched is number 5, Smart Thinking. Race 5, scratch 5, Smart Thinking. The 6th race will go as programmed. The 7th race, number 5, Safe Passage, has an equipment change. Blind bridle to blinkers. Blind to blinkers. Race number 8 has no changes. Race number 9, no changes. And race number 10, number 6, Bozak, changing from an aviator to can't see back. Aviator to can't see back. Those are all the changes we have right now. Once again, note there are no changes, races 1 or 2. And it is time to welcome in our studio co-host and handicapping expert live from the Grand River Studios in London, Ontario. Sugar Doyle, how are you doing, buddy?
Yeah, we're doing okay, Gary. Had a day of rest pretty much yesterday, as some horses get a break now and then. We say they come back fresh, so hopefully we're coming in fresh tonight.
You know, one thing I wanted to mention is about the Pick 5 on Wednesday night, because we'll get our Pick 5 tickets set up at about 7 minutes to race number 1. I got the Pick 5 in the first leg, and you got the one in the second. But interesting to note, race number 6, you come in with a monster, and you loved the horse, paid $58.10, and yet your Pick 5 didn't pay all that well because the rest of the way, $4 winner, I'm just scrolling now, 410, 280, and 270. It's like, oh, come on, man. I nailed the hard part. Give me something that's, at least add on.
That's the way it goes for me sometimes. You find a nice one in the sequence and you get chalk everywhere else. But, we did go ice cold on that pick 5. My top selections were winners throughout that sequence. We had a pretty good night. We went 8 for 10, including that $58 winner. But back on Monday night, Gary, I struggled. I might have went 1 or 2 for 10. So,
yeah.
Feast or famine sometimes.
Yeah, I just thought it was amazing that you nailed down the hard part. And sure, the next 4 were your top pick, but you would have loved it to be your second or third pick just to, well, give me a little more because I already got like this big one in the bank. I want to take the whole pool. Well, you're not taking down the whole pool if the chalk wins the next 4.
It's just the way I roll in those multi-leg sequences. I've never done well on them when playing, not working, and playing them. But the high 5, that's always been my favorite.
Yeah, the high 5 is one also that you got to try to find a couple that people will think, yeah, you can't use that horse in there. Oh, yes, you can. For a piece, you're not saying he's going to win it, but you could get him in there.
Yeah, you know what, Gary? Those high 5s, if you've got a heavy favorite that just shouldn't get beat, like he's or her, or 2 to 5 or 3 to 5, put them on top. But find a big value player underneath for the deuce. There's no point in going a 2 or 3 to 5 shot on top and then putting the second choice right behind it. Never going to pay off. But If you can find some big value underneath a heavy favorite in those high fives or even superfectas, they usually pay well,
And often the two best horses don't end up running 1-2 in a race because
right?
the second best horse will challenge the best horse and then pay the price and finish third or fourth. And so that's why even with exactors, I always like to split the two best horses in the hope that we can get one of them out of there.
You do. You mentioned that quite a bit when the payoffs come up, and if you're looking at a long shot, finishing second, that's one of your angles. I know that, Gary.
Well, we're gonna here's some of your angles. We'll have pick five tickets coming up at around 7 minutes to post time. You got to keep it going. You got one pick five. See if you can run a stretch of those pick fives together. That would be hard doing.
Sounds good. Let's do it. Welcome back to the show, everyone. Yes, indeed, we are back with 10 races on a Friday evening at the River. Go-to wagering menu at the River. We've got pick five starting up in races 1 and 6, pick fours beginning in races 2 and 7, and the non-jackpot high five plays races 5 and 10 for this evening's race card. We're going to start things up with a $5,000 guaranteed pool pick five. I think there was like $14,000 played into it on Wednesday evening. So the horse players do support this pick five play right up front. Race number 1 of 10. Let's bring up some ticket ideas then, courtesy yours truly, Gary Guy. Conley Ecclestone, I believe, has got a ticket in the waiting as well. Even money favorite right now is number 1, Maximus BG. He did not make my ticket, though. I've gone to number 3, Crunch Hanover. Trying to double up for trainer Shane Barrington. Was away for a couple of months to freshen up. Has come back now and will make the third start back off the layoff. And again, it was a victory in the latest over Georgian Downs. It was 54-4 speed there. Also including number 6, Raising Sand, who's been very sharp for trainer Jake Roberts. Daryl Thiessen staying on to drive. He's been first and second in his latest 2 over the river in 54 and change. Leg 2 of this pick 5 sequence, that's where I'm going to go deeper. A trotting event. We're using 2 Commander Saul, the 4 Poppin' Bottles, the 6 PL Slim, and 7 Beach Bank. Pretty much a field of maiden trotters. Indeed, it is maiden trotters in race 2 with 1 first-time starter on the rail, that being a 2-year-old son of Alarm Detector out for the career debut. 2, 4, 6, and 7, hoping for a price in race 2. The middle leg, race number 3, we're trying the 3, Stonebridge Glee, and the 5, Masterwork. So trotters continuing in race number 3 with a full field of 9 there. Trotters in the 4th race, 3, 4, and 6, Eternal Embrace, Fateful, and Delvite Hanover. And final leg, back on the pace for the 5th race, we'll try 3, Better Than Never, as well as number 7, Sporty B. Sporty B is going to bump up in class, but a very sharp win in the latest, home in 27 for a lifetime best 53-3. Thiessen stays on for Moiseev there in race number 5. 3 and 7 on the end. I'm in to go for $19.20 on this early pick 5. Again, a $5,000 guaranteed pool. Gary Guy with his best go on the early pick 5. What do you got for us, Gary?
Well, I spend a lot less than you do, and as usual, I'm just not into spending as much on them because, as you mentioned, we haven't had a great deal of success, although we're coming off a good Wednesday night, so at least if I'm wrong, I'm not out as much money. And you know what? I'm starting off right away just with Crunch Hanover. I think Crunch Hanover is the one that's going to crunch this field. And Jason Ryan, Shane Barrington, only 2 wins in 15 starts, but one of those 2 is last time out at Georgian Downs, and I just think Crunch Hanover is going to crunch this field. The second race, oh boy, I tell you, Maiden Trotters is a good place to fan out. You did fan out, but I kept it down to 2, Commander Saul and Beach Bank. And yeah, you know, one of my plays in the past used to be just to take the whole field in a field of maiden trotters and then hope that the one that's taking all the money doesn't get there. But we didn't do it that way this time. In race number 3, we both love Masterwork, and why wouldn't you? But I went to Uncle Douglas, even though I understand your Stonebridge Glee. But Uncle Douglas raced on the 11th, and Stonebridge Glee is another 7 days further back, last on the 4th, although, and did make breaks in each of the last couple. So I was a little afraid of Stonebridge Glee hitting a bad note. 4th race, well, I've only used 2 of yours, Fateful and Eternal Embrace, so I narrowed it down. Left off Delphi Hanover. That's one of the big differences in our ticket, and that's your top play in there. So, yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. And then in that 5th race, I was able to broaden out because going light earlier, and so I use your top 2, and then I add in Easily the Best and Dance Like a Skipper, added in with Better Than Never and Sporty B. So I was able to go 4 there, but still only $6.40 because I went a little light early.
That's all right. Good price, good ticket structure. I'm going to bring you back to the third race just for a bit, Gary. That 3, Stonebridge Glee. I'm going to try to twist your arm and convince you to put him on your ticket because those breaks that he did show, well, last time out, he was kind of trying to lead with them. So there's a speed break. The start before that, when he's giving chase to See Me Zoom going in 54, another speed break. So I think you're going to see a clean line from him tonight. I'm not saying he can win it, but I wouldn't give too much worry to those breaks in his latest two. Again, both to me look like speed breaks.
And then also, my man, Double Barrel Daryl, and I could definitely ride Double Barrel Daryl
Yeah,
in Stonebridge Glee. So maybe he'll keep this one singing along in tune, and then that's a good shot. And look, those breaks will scare away some people, so you will get some value in
sure.
there. That's some good logic. I bet you Conley. We'll see if Conley is in with Stonebridge Glee, because you know what? Well, look it there. It is.
There it is. Conley's going 3 deep right off the bat for the first 3 legs of this pick 5 sequence. Over into the third, yes, indeed, he did include that 3, Stonebridge Glee. The 5, Masterwork. He also includes number 6, Wondrous Blue Chip, coming in for Luke Blay. Single, which Connolly normally fits into his multi-leg ticket structures. He's going to single up the 4, Fateful. All she has to do is mind her manners, right? She's been pretty sharp in her latest 2, finishing first and second. And then in the final leg for Conley, he's in on the 2, 3, 7, and 8. Conley, he's got the thickest wallet tonight. He's opened it up for $21.60 on a 20-cent wager. Again, it's the $5,000 guaranteed pool pick 5 right up front at the river. Next voice you hear will be Gary Guy with the post parade of race number 1 of 10.
The field for race 1 on parade 1, Maximus BG, semi-filly for Ty Robillard and James Berry. Number 2 is DM Snake Plissken, Damien McClellan for Mark Winnicott and Donald Smith and Donna Parker. Number 3 is Crunch Hanover, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington. Number 4 is Artistic Pick, Austin Surrey for Joe Pereira and Chelsea Pereira. Number 5, Century Hannibal, Nick Boyd for Paul Ritchie. Number 6, Raising Sand, Daryl Thiessen for Jacob Roberts and Steve Adams. Number 7, Serial Killer, Andre Goy for Courtney Robson. Number 8 is Pick a Genre, John Barrington for Shane Barrington and Kayla Hendry and Janiyah Gallant. And Shane shares in ownership. It's a field of 8. It's race number 1, first of 10 dashes on a gorgeous Friday night as we are gathered at the river. And Sugar right away. Crunch Hanover taking a bunch of money and off a really good win here last time out. There's a look at Crunch Hanover.
He looks all right. I like the thought that Jason is kind of airing him out a bit. The big 7-year-old son of Captain Treacherous was able to freshen up for a couple of months, missing May and June, but coming out in July, got a start under him at the big track. Then he went over to Georgian to win in 54-4 as a heavy favorite. I could see him coming right back in here, crunch Hanover to maybe crush them here in the opener.
Now, we can mention that class was their bottom claiming class and is up 1 level. But also, if you look further down the page, This is one that's often faced tougher and has almost $300,000 in lifetime. So this is one that bottom class isn't really where he would belong anyway. So, and he beat them up in a good speed. So even though it wasn't a strong bunch, he won by almost three
He was
lengths.
he was looking for a bit of a confidence booster, a heart building win, and it looks like he certainly got one.
The one we both think is the second choice in here. The difference is you used this one on your pick five ticket, and I left Racing Sand off and used him for second. But Racing Sand is probably next best.
Yeah, he certainly turned his form around in his latest two. A winner by 8 here, 54-3 off a pocket ride from post 6. Back on July 4th, he came back a week later to travel on the outside through the final half, still finishing the runner-up spot, 54-3. So never better, as we'd say, and right now offering 4-1. Daryl Thiessen teaming up with Jake Roberts.
Next one we'll discuss is one that changed hands again and now makes a first start for Ty Robillard, is one Maximus BG. And the form is reasonably good of late, and Maximus BG 9-5 on the board, changing hands from Kyle Boston to Ty Robillard.
Right, this one opened up as a favorite, Gary, and has been going back and forth really with the 1 and 3 for that fave status. And we've seen it last week a few times where the early money came in and it happened to be the smart money. And that's got me rethinking my pick 5 ticket. If there was one more horse I'd like to maybe add on to it, it would be this one, Maximus BG. Again, switching hands, again going out for Ty Robillard with Sammy Filion, who's having a great meet at the River.
You know, a horse that I wanted to actually use on top and try to outsmart you here is number 2, DM Snake Plissken. And look, last race, post 7, really, just okay. But this is a horse that every once in a while I've seen come up with some really nice stuff. Last year did win 4 out of 15 starts. There's some talent in there. And, well, you'll get a price on DM Snake Plissken.
Some talent and some big value. And I know you're liking the hands of Damian McClellan in the bike there as well in recent weeks. He likes to put them in play. And maybe tonight is the night. It's an improved post to work with versus his latest, if you want to call it that, post 2 versus post 7 at the River. I'm not sure if there is an advantage to it, but we'll look for him to maybe be sitting in the front half of the field in the early going, and you're getting a pretty good price, as mentioned, 15-1.
And that is your fourth choice. We both have this as a fourth choice, but I'll tell you, when I first looked at it, I was thinking of trying to outsmart it, and then I just said, no, Crunch Hanover. And Crunch Hanover is at a nice price of 2-1, as Maximus BG is the one that the money has gone to, or, well, now look at there, it has flipped back
Just
to Crunch.
flopping, Gary.
Yeah, Crunch is at even money. It's Maximus BG, DM Snake Plissken, Crunch Hanover to the inside of the center of the track, Artistic Pick, and Century Hannibal to the outside. Racing Sand, Serial Killer, Pick a Genre. Field of 8. Race number 1, first dash in a fabulous Friday as we are gathered at the River. Field 4, race number 1. And Serial Killer spots the field about 4 lengths, and on the outside, Pick a Genre is going to blast out with Artistic Pick and Raising Sand. Maximus BG, Crunch Hanover is away right now, racing 5th, and now comes on to ticket for 4th. Maximus BG is 5th on the inside. Then DM Snake Plissken and Century Hannibal, and Serial Killer's back trailing the field, but Artistic Pick has the front as they race on around the turn. Raising Sand is filling the pocket. Artistic Pick at 20-1, and Racing Sand at 8-1, the top 2 as they come off the turn. 26-2 is that opening panel, and Pick a Genre right now is 3rd. They race on towards us. Crunch Hanover is positioned 4th and now is going to pop to the outside, giving cover to Maximus BG. Then DM Snake Plissken's on the outside now, part of the outer flow. Then well back, Century Hannibal and Serial Killer of a lively opening quarter. It is Crunch Hanover up to challenge, and now in Crunch Hanover, and Jason Ryan's going to come on and quickly grab the lead as they work their way into the backstretch. Halftime 55 5-4, and Crunch Hanover and Jason Ryan leads by about 5 or 6 lengths, and Artistic Pick is racing position second, Maximus BG third, Raising Sand, DM Snake Pliskin, but right now Crunch Hanover is just getting away on the field. Maximus BG second, Artistic Pick, DM Snake Pliskin, Raising Sand is locked on the inside fifth, and then Serial Killer and Pick a Genre and Century Hannibal. 123-4, and Crunch Hanover is crunching this field, and now DM Snake Pliskin has come on to grab second. Maximus BG is third, then Artistic Pick and Racing Sand. Crunch Hanover is cruising. Crunch Hanover, now they're all battling for second. It looks like second is going to be DM Snake Pliskin, then Racing Sand, and Maximus BG. 152-1. Crunch Hanover. I said I thought Crunch Hanover might crunch this field. Use this one alone in the pick five, and it's a good start, even though it's not much of a price. Well, I didn't use a lot of currency.
Nothing beats confidence, right? And he got that at Georgian with his going away win. Well, tonight he absolutely obliterated them. I mean, just crushed them in 152-1. That's his quickest win in a few seasons. And you know what? Nothing close to him when he went by them at the half. Wow, look at this, right? The further he went, the more he was going to win by. I don't know. That might be like 16, 18 length victory.
It's a big pile, and look, I can always go with Shane Barrington, Jason Ryan, and Crunch Hanover. It's got the back class. This is one that's lightly raced the last couple seasons, so clearly has been fighting some issues in terms of just overall fitness. But I think the fitness is fine tonight.
Yeah, nice little milestone for him too there, Gary, with the victory. Well, pretty much with any check in there, he was going over $300,000 regardless. So very nice victory and a 3-5 favorite, and maybe a free bingo space for those that were trying to pick five tonight.
Yeah, and also the money came hard on one Maximus BG, and I talk all the time about trying to split the ones that are getting all the action in
Right?
terms of the exactor ticket. And, well, let's just see. I think that's DM Snake Pliskin coming in there at 20-1.
Yeah, that was one you were liking as they were going to the gate there, and I had a peg for a fourth best finisher, but that's what you want. But when you're playing 2 and 3-5 shots on top, you want a value player right in behind them. That exactor comes back at over $30, Gary.
Nice little exactor. Well, a nice pick five start, and we'll see how we can unfold. But there is Crunch Hanover one more time just to show how much he was the best in there. And Jason Ryan. Coming back in front of us is number 3, Crunch Hanover. Crunch Hanover is a 7-year-old Captain Treacherous bay gelding by Imagine Stable. Shane Barrington, the trainer. Jason Ryan, the winning drive. Second win on the season. 18th lifetime for Crunch Hanover. Mile of 152-1. First race order finish, first race payouts: 3 Crunch Hanover, 320, 250, 230. 2 DM Sneak Pliskin, 895.50, and 6 Racing Sand, 330. $2 Exactor, $31. Dollar Try, 69.55. And the Dollar Super 253.20, 20-cent Super 50.64. The first race order finish from the top. So 421 573 68. That's 421 573 68 on the bottom.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Going into race number 2 of 10. How about that big 3-5 romp by Crunch Hanover? Certainly crushed them in the opener at 3-5, 152-1. For sure, double-digit length winner in race number 1 of 10. So we've got a pick 4 play starting up here in race number 2. It's part of the go-to wagering menu, as mentioned, pick 5s. Races 1 and 6, pick 4s, races 2 and 7, and the non-jackpot high five plays in races 5 and 10. We've got trotters, maiden trotters, here to start up the early pick 4, $2,500 guaranteed pool. Let's bring up some ticket ideas now. We've got one for myself, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, maiden trotters, so it could be kind of tough. I've gone deep here. I'm using 4 of them in the opening leg. Again, $2,500 guaranteed pool pick 4. We'll start off with Commander Saul, a 2-year-old colt son of Captain Corey, though this 2-year-old going to face some older company in here as well. We'll also include the 4, Poppin' Bottles, which may have been the choice for Austin Sorey here, who's driving the 7 in the last few outings as well. Number 6, PL Slim, as a gate blasting factor possibility. Outside the 7, Beach Bank, my top selection here, Jason Ryan. Could take down the early daily double at the river. We're on 3 and 5 in race number 3. Number 3, Stonebridge Glee. I wouldn't give a whole lot of thoughts to the breaks in his latest 2. For me, they both appear to be speed breaks. Number 5, Masterwork. Very nice trotting son of Muscle Mass going out for Jean-Francois Maguire. Sammy Filion staying on to drive. 3 deep in the 4th race. Continuing with trotters in there, 3, 4, and 6. On the pace for the 4th and final leg of the pick 4, we're trying 2, 3, 6, and 7 on the end. I think this ticket's got a real good shot. Just need some value here or maybe there to show up. 19.20 for a 20-cent wager. Gary Guy has got a pick 4 ticket idea as well. He was on the right angle in race number 1, singling up the big favorite, Crunch Hanover, for the victory. So he's away in his pick 5 play. Here in the pick 4, Gary going to 2, Commander Saul, and 7, Beach Bank. He picks that 2-year-old, Commander Saul, to beat older maidens here. Over in race number 3, it's the 5 and 2. 5, Masterwork, try to double up. Uncle Douglas, his second selection in there, makes his ticket. 4th race, his top selection 4, Faithful. He'll also include 3, Eternal Embrace. And Gary going deepest of all on the end. His top selection there was Better Than Never. He also includes the 2, 6, and 7 on the end of his pick 4 play, in for just $6.40, matching the ticket total for his pick 5 ticket idea. One more play to look at, that one for friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone, with a pick 4 ticket idea. 3 deep in the opening leg, Commander Saul, Poppin' Bottles, Beach Bank, I like it. Stonebridge Glee, Masterwork, Wanderers Blue Chip, 3, 5, and 6. Leg 2, I like that one as well. The single for 4, Faithful, who's been very good in her latest 2. And again, Conley goes deepest of all in the final leg with a 2, 3, 7, and 8. Conley in to go for $7.20 on his 20-cent pick 4 ticket idea. Best of luck to all racing and playing along with us this evening at the river.
Field for race number 2 on parade. 1 is Delennial, Jay Harris for Lacey McCabe, and Glenview Livestock and Cheryl Cherry. Number 2 is Commander Saul, Sammy Filia for Francis Dumichel. Number 3 is Movie Buff, Mark Ansel Drives and Trains for Robert Newton and Chan Tan and Peter Porter, and Mark shares in ownership. And number 4, Poppin' Bottles, Austin Sorey for Sean Stacy and Mark Stacy and Diane Bertrand and Dale Larson. Number 5, Candy Spot, Mario by Edoja for Marie-Eve Robitaille and Orlando Stables. Number 6, PL Slim, Daryl Thiessen for Matt Dupuy and Princely Acres. And number 7 is Beach Bank, Jason Ryan for Rick Ziron and Hut Racing Field of 7, the second dash. Let's get a look at this field, and well, we get to stay right there with Beach Bank, and maybe we'll get a Jason Ryan double. This is one that's already had 8 starts, just one top 3 finish, second here 3 races ago. But, well, Beach Bank has the experience on the field, a 4-year-old sugar.
That's what I like, Gary. You know me when it comes to the rookies, the 2-year-olds, when facing older horses, be it a conditioned event or a maiden. I'm going to take the older horse every time. This Daughter of the Bank has been coming around, 4th best in her latest 2. She does show a 57-4 mile in the latest when riding the 2-hole throughout, 28-2 to the opening quarter. An opening quarter mile like that could see this one on the lead. Never had a front end mission before. This Daughter of the Bank, maybe it's tonight.
I'm really surprised 6-1 because your top pick, my second one in here, the money's gone to a different spot. But Beach Bank just overall, especially 57-4 last time out, which would really fit well if she could come back and match that. And she looks kind of sharp there right now. We'll see what happens. But number 6, PL Slim, is one that I ended up leaving off my pick 5 ticket. And the reason for this, has been racing well, but the one thing I need to see is this colt needs to finish a little more.
Yeah, has to find a little more, dig down deep maybe, and look within himself. Colt, son of wheeling and dealing. Maybe it's time to follow a helmet. He's been on the lead in each of his last 2. The start before that, the second career outing, and a break at the beginning. But maybe it's time for the helmet for number 6, PL Slim, to follow. There is gate speed to work with, and he could be on the lead early. But for me, it just looked like speed is going to come from the outside too. So I'm looking for a lineup of, say, 7-6 here.
Well, you're counting on Double Barrel Darrell keeping his powder dry early in the race here this time out, in PL Slim 4-1. More than a slim chance of winning, though. Number 2, Commander Saul. Probably the only thing you don't like about Commander Saul is that 2 years old. It just doesn't have the same age as the others, except for Zillennial to the inside. But I do like that first start.
That's the one and only thing I don't like about it. You know what? He's a great-looking colt, sired by Captain Corey. There was a race, I believe, earlier in the week. There's a big week back in Prince Edward Island. It used to be called Lobster Carnival Week in Summerside. Well, a 2-year-old trotter was taking on aged trotters. They had him bet down to 2-5, 3-5. They still managed to beat him. So, you know what? Even though a 2-year-old may appear to have it on a field, it gets different for them meeting up against older horses.
And then another one we got to quickly get to is number 4, Poppin' Bottles. The money is popped on Poppin' Bottles. And, look, this is one that does show a nice back half last time out.
Oh, and he looks so good, too. I mean, there's so many good-looking maiden trotters here. Likely the choice for Austin Sorry, and maybe that's why the money is there as well. He's even money currently. I'm not sure what we're going to see for gate speed, but I guess he's more than worth a look, right? Even money shot and the choice for Sorry.
Well, certainly getting the action, but you got to like the price of 7-1 on Beach Bank, and my Commander Saul is sitting at 4-1. We're going to find out how it unfolds. Zillennial, Commander Saul on the inside, Movie Buff, Poppin' Bottles, Candy Spot in the center, the outside, PL Slim at Beach Bank. Field of 7, race number 2 on a Friday night as we are gathered at the river. Field 4, race number 2. In the backstretch, nearing the start. And the Roffin PL Slim is going to blast again. Beach Bank to the outside. Poppin' Bottles popped off stride. Movie Buff is racing third. Then it is Commander Saul on the outside, who's racing fourth and is going to, work over to the pylons position fourth right now. Then Zillennial, and the field works on around the turn, and Beach Bank has got the lead now from PL Slim. And third is Movie Buff. Commander Saul is fourth, and then Zillennial. And 28-4 opening quarter. Beach Bank at 3-1, leading PL Slim. Then racing third is Movie Buff, and Commander Saul is racing fourth, but right now is about 8 or 9 off the lead of a very sharp-looking Beach Bank. And then Zillennial is fifth, 28-4 opening quarter as they work on past us. And then back further is Candy Spot as the field works their way on into the backstretch. And Poppin' Bottles is also well back, trying to gain some ground after an early break. But it is Beach Bang who's got the lead. Halftime 59. Beach Bank racing second, PL Slim. Those two have a bit of separation. Movie Buff and Commander Saul is racing fourth. Has not been commanded to step to the outside just yet. Then Zillennial and Poppin' Bottles. Beach Bank leading as they hustle their way on towards three quarters. Beach Bank and PL Slim. Movie Buff, Commander Saul now on the outside, still with a lot of work to do, but now is dueling to take over third. Three quarters, 128-4, and it is Beach Bang, PL Slim. Commander Saul has a full head of steam now. Beach Bang and PL Slim and Commander Saul as the field turns for home on down the stretch drive off three quarters, 128-4. It is Beach Bank with Commander Saul taking aim, but Beach Bank still does have a lead, and it is Beach Bank and Commander Saul. Commander Saul is getting closer. Beach Bank as they come to the finish. Beach Bank holds off Commander Saul. PL Slim and Zillennial 159-2. Beach Bank, and it's a Jason Ryan double. Well, Beach Bank did some nice work early and then was able to hold off Commander Saul, who that one took to the outside, was making up a lot of ground, but just had a little too far to come.
A great learning curve for that 2-year-old rookie. He, as you mentioned, made up a ton of ground, passed a few horses, and you want to talk about some credit here. Goes to driver Jason Ryan. This horse was getting a little bumpy in behind nearing the finish, but Jason was able to keep her together to break her mate in 159-2. We caught the lineup in here. It just didn't stay on with a 7-6. 7-2-6 shows up. This exactor still comes back well, Gary. I think it's returning something like $35, which is an excellent payout for those two. And Jason Ryan, hot hands thus far tonight.
And Darrell tried this one. He did take 6 off the gate nicely, came out nicely, but then was able to sit with Beach Bank, but ends up third. As there you see Commander Saul, a neck in behind Beach Bank. But Beach Bank, your top pick, and Jason Ryan. Look, Beach Bank has the experience of 4-year-old against the 2-year-old Commander Saul, although I think we're going to hear more from Commander Saul because so far has flashed nicely in 2 starts.
Big circle for next time, Gary, especially if he meets up against the same age group, right? It gets tough for those rookies to take on the age trotters.
And then we're still watching PL Slim there, kind of tire a little bit in the lane, and I don't know, still some work to do. There is some nice talent with PL Slim, but this is one that probably just needs to keep getting stretched out. Still early in the career. It's had only, now 5 starts.
You know what? Just keep them trotting. That's the big game plan for a lot of them when they're starting out in the trotting ranks. This horse is only now 5 starts in, and he's been clean 4 of those outings and was able to settle in nicely. Wasn't tugging hard or anything on Thiessen. Just another one getting a nice learning curve there. Number 6, PL Slim.
There is number 7, Beach Bank, back in front of us. Jason Ryan off to a very nice start to his night, winning both of the first 2 dashes. Beach Bank, 4-year-old The Bank Bay Merrill by Hut Racing, trained by Brick Ciron. Beach Bank victorious in 159-2 for a first lifetime win. Second race payout 7 Beach Bank $8 410 320. 2 Commander Saul 380 320. 6 PL Slim 680. $2 Exactor $30. Dollar Tribe 81.35. Dollar Super 392.45. 20-cent Super 78.49. $2 double of 3 and 7 27.80. Field second race order of finish from the top is a 4-2-5-6-7-3-1. That's 4-2-5-6-7-3-1 on the bottom.
Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry.
Field 4, race 3 on parade. 1 is Baden Baden, Scott Culver, Duncan Brewer, and Randall Urquhart and Steve Deedy. Number 2 is Uncle Douglas. Mark Hensel drives and trains for Rick Ryer and Paul Berberick. Number 3, Stonebridge Glee. Daryl Thiessen for Jacob Roberts and Russ Ellis. Number 4, Twist of Tabby. Jay Harris for Caitlin Graham. And number 5, Masterwork Semi-Filia for J.F. McGuire and John Allaire and Gino Bilodeau and Anne-Marie DeBears. Number 6, Wondrous Blue Chip. Paul McKenzie for Luke Blaine. Determination. Number 7, Hobnob Hanover Pat Houdon for Sean Garvey. 8 is Pillow Thief. J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Elizabeth Sheeland. And number 9 is Dark Hammock Road. Lauren House drives train for Michael Hamlin. Field of 9. Race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, I expected money to come for Masterwork, and why not? Because last time out here worked pretty nicely. Now has 2 wins in the past 3 starts. In fact, the only negative I can find with Masterwork is, well, those X's on the dance card during the last 5 races. A couple of races that went awry with X's.
Well, Gary, in here, I do love the 5. I do love the 3 as well. On the 5, I have written down he's got the bigger motor. On the 3, I've got written down he's likely more reliable for a trotter. So if both of them can stay trotting, I think 5, Masterwork, is the best in here at 9-5. Huge final half on the wide side in the latest where he closed up, went real quick down the backside, like 27 and a bit on a 3 wide side, and then was closing 29 flat through the final quarter to win in 156. One of his best trips I've ever seen him go was his latest, Gary.
Yeah, and then also I love this combination, Semi-Filia, J.F. McGuire, and
Right.
Jean-Francois has put up some big numbers this year, and he's put up big numbers often, so not a flash in the pan by any means, and Masterwork has been pretty good this year. Even having mentioned those breaks, is now 11 out of 17 in the top 3. Masterwork 2-1, I still think that one will be the favorite, but Stonebridge Glee, you were gleefully touting that you think that we'll stay trotting here, and you gave your excuses for those last couple. We're going to see if that pans out. But to get double-barreled Daryl for Jacob Roberts on one that has flashed enough ability. In fact, look, June 20th here. This one blasted to the front from post 8.
Right. He does have that gate blasting speed, but he tried to use it there on July 4th and a miscue early, but he was still able to recover and win. I think he's just going to float him on out of there in no hurry early. The 3, Stonebridge Glee, I could see him sitting well back early, maybe still within the front half of the field, but I just don't see him blasting in here. I mean, he needs the clean line, right? Because he's in off the qualifier following 2 breaks, which I mentioned likely worse speed breaks, but this one's got a good look to him. He kind of reminds me of that Chip Happened. We'll see later on for Keem McKegg that Daryl Thiessen also drives. He gets along well with the trotters, Thiessen.
One we've got to take a look at because a $205,000 yearling set out by Luke Belay, Paul McKenzie, but one that, still searching to find it this year after winning a couple out of 7 starts as a 2-year-old.
Expect more from this son of Father Patrick. Did make a break 3 back over the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. That was in the early going. Likely won't see some early speed, but I'm going to look for something more from this one tonight. I mean, he was 27-4 on the end of his latest at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and this is going to be easier company for this one. Paul McKenzie on board, and the price is right, 9-2. Expect better.
And, Certainly one that's supposed to be a good horse, and also 56-1 back half with that good final quarter. You know it's in there. Number 2, Uncle Douglas. I used this one on my pick 5, and raced well each of the last couple of starts.
On parade, he was very sharp. Going in behind the gate, again, very sharp for Etzel. Great-looking son of Green Manalishi. You know I like them just like I like my cattle wash Pacers.
Yeah, the Green Manalishis have been getting the job done here of late since you pointed them out to me. It's a field of 9 for the third. Baden, Uncle Douglas, and Stonebridge Glee. In the center, Twist of Tabby, Masterwork to the outside, Wondrous Blue Chip, Hobnob, Hanover, and Pillow Thief, and the second tier, Dark Hammock Road. Field of 9, the third dash. The field for the third. In the backstretch, gathering speed, approaching the start. And the field for the third race is at the start and often trotting, and all of them staying flat. And Twist of Tabby is going to twist out quickest of all. Baden, Stonebridge Glee is racing third. Uncle Douglas on the inside. Then Masterwork and Wondrous Blue Chip. Wondrous Blue Chip keeps driving on the outside. Dark Hammock Road, the trailing pair, Hobnob, Hanover, and Pillow Thief, and it is Twist of Tabby. But Wondrous Blue Chip is looking wonderful right now and is driving on the outside and is looking to try to press on and grab the front. 28-3 opening quarter. Wondrous Blue Chip and Paul McKenzie has grabbed the lead and looks sharp and leads by about 3 or 4 lengths. Twist of Tabby, and then third is Baden, and fourth is Stormont Glee. Uncle Douglas fifth to the inside, and now up and driving. Masterwork is trying to kick in now as the field heads up towards the half, but is being led by Wondrous Blue Chip. 28-3 opening quarter, lead of 3 lengths, and then racing position second, Twist of Tabby. Now to the outside, Stonebridge Glee is moving and is alongside Baden and has now taken over third. Baden is racing fourth. Masterwork is fifth, and sixth on the inside is Uncle Douglas. Then way back, Dark Hammock Road, Hobnob, Hanover, and Pillow Thief. 57-1 is the half, and Wondrous Blue Chip heading to 3/4. Twist of Tabby. Stonebridge Glee on the outside, trying to chip away. Is about 2.5 lengths from the front. Then Baden. Masterwork is working a little closer, but still has lots of work to do, and now is going to roll out 3 wide, and then Uncle Douglas. Masterwork is coming now. Wondrous Blue Chip. Here comes Masterwork, and on the inside, Twist of Tabby. Then Stonebridge Glee and Uncle Douglas and Baden, and they turn for home. Wondrous Blue Chip. Masterwork. Wondrous Blue Chip. Masterwork is working hard as they come on to the finish, and well wide. Uncle Douglas is closing. Wondrous Blue Chip is going to hold on, and then finishing second was Masterwork, and then Twist of Tabby and Uncle Douglas. 156-1. Wondrous Blue Chip had the big last start, and then a big front half here, and kept on going. So now we've seen this expensive yearling start to look really good, Sugar.
Had him pegged for third, missed him on my multi-leg wagers, and mentioned expect more tonight. And he was showing a whole lot more. We've never seen him on the lead, but Paul McKenzie had a plan, and the plan was to make front and take no prisoners. Yeah. 28-3 opened it up, 28-3 through the second quarter. Back half and 59, that was enough to hold them all off. 156-1. Really good kind of turnaround for this fella.
Yeah, nice turnaround. And look, you won't find it in the lines, except for looking at the fact that this is an expensive yearling for Luc Blais, and drops a level for this start in terms of raced here in the non-winners of 3, and coming out of non-winners of 2 at Mohawk to this class is a step down, actually. And Wondrous Blue Chip has the credentials in terms of what he's supposed to be, and then he showed what he's supposed to be right there.
Yeah, he was perfect, straight and strong. His first on-the-board finish this season. So, again, the connections were hoping for better, and he definitely showed up tonight. And he rewards his backers at 8-1, and he certainly sweetens up the multi-leg sequences.
And obviously Paul thought he had that much horse, because Paul is not exactly just a one-dimensional driver. He's won about 9,200 in his life or more. And when he came out aggressively, as hard as he did with this one, he thought he had a lot of horse.
Right, he was here driving him on June 27th from an inside post, got him away cleanly. He had to because he did show a break before that. So Paul gets the opportunity to hop on board him tonight. And again, the plan was to send him, take no prisoners, and that's how it all worked out. Mackenzie would say right now, love it when a plan works out.
It's nice to get 8-1 on a horse that, probably is the best one in here if he's able to race up to his ability.
100%.
It's a 6-5-4-2. Back in front of us is number 6, Wondrous Blue Chip, a 3-year-old Father Patrick Bay Gelding, owned by Determination, trained by Luke Blay. Paul McKenzie with a winning drive. Wondrous Blue Chip is a first-time winner this year, third win lifetime. Wondrous Blue Chip, victorious, won 56-1. The third race, number 6, Wondrous Blue Chip, 1810, $8, 650, 5 Masterwork, 290 and 240, and 4 Twist of Tabby, 380, $2 Exactor, 57.20, Dollar Try, $92, Dollar Super, 567.90, 20-cent Super, 113.58. The third race, order of finish from the top, 645 321 789. That's 645 321 789 on the bottom.
Winback Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Sub Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beachglass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winback Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbackfarm.com.
Field on Post Grade 1 trophy wife, Anthony Hahn for Mary Ratchford, and 2 is Southwind Franco, Daryl Teese, and Regatta Hebert. 3 is The Eternal Embrace, J.B. Rono for Julie Walker and Murray Ferguson Jr. 4 is Fateful, Jason Ryan for Jacques Dupont. Number 5 is absent, but Michael Horner with Road Promises. There is 6, Delphi Hanover, Sam Fillion for Brenda Lane and Scott McEnany. And 7 is Barbie Station, Austin Sorry for Sean, Stacy, and Diane Bertrand. Field of 7, race number 4. Well, Sugar, I'm surrounded by Maritimers. I got Curtis McDonald to my left, and I got you on the TV here, and well, I'm expecting some wisdom because we know the Maritimers are all about wisdom. So lay it on me. Why have you got number 6, Delphi Hanover, on top?
I'll tell you why. Well, he does show a break last time out, but that was some interference. I mean, he had breakers in front of him and was being grabbed up. And when he did get back down trotting, made up a ton of ground past a couple of horses. A big trip for him to come back and finish fourth after just missing by a head in 57-1 the start before that. He's a great looking, or she's a great looking filly by a Green Shoe, and all she's got to do is mind her manners. Love her chances. Absolutely love the price. I can't believe she's the longest shot on the board. 10-1.
Well, we'll see if that ends up being the story, but Delphi Hanover.
Let's go!
Yeah, look, some maritime wisdom. How about number 3, Eternal Embrace? You used that one also ahead of My Fateful, and I'll tell you one thing, that last race certainly encourages a person to go forward with Eternal Embrace.
Eternal Embrace, all this filly did last time out was go out and do a paid training mile, because Bert Renault never lifted a line, never asked her to pick it up at any point. It was just such an easy victory. So got to use her as a top 2 player. There is gate speed to work with. Big daughter of Green Manalishi, and we like her chances as well and love that price, 5-1.
I've really noticed these Green Manalishis ever since you were talking to me about them. And look, Fateful's not a Green Manalishi, but also is one that dominated the last time out. I had this one singled in the Pick 5 ticket, but who cares about the Pick 5 ticket because I wasn't smart enough to use Wondrous Blue Chip last time out. But still, I got a lot of faith in Fateful.
She's a tricky play. Sometimes, you know what? If she brings her best, she could be the one to beat. She's 3-1, co-favorite right now with the one. There's no clear-cut favorite, and really no clear-cut long shot. The thing about her, she was kind of tossing her head, I believe, last time out prior to the start. Jason was able to settle her down and keep her together. That's the game plan with her. Get her away cleanly, and then let her do the rest.
Number 1's off the track.
And listen, I don't know what happened, but in your email here it says your picks in this race are 6, 3, 4, 8. Were you kind of sipping at the sauce there when you did this pick?
Why is that? Are you asking that because I've got no 1 on my ticket?
No, it says 6, 3, 4, 8.
Oh, well, you know what? I might have did these selections when there was an 8 in there. You know, so maybe an 8 disappeared from this field. I'm not sure.
We'll go back and check. But who do you like in here?
For the 4th spot, you better give me the outside starter. You better give me the 7. Barbie Station then. So 8 would mean outside, right? So give me my outside starter, Austin Sword with Barbie Station for superfecta possibility. That's how we'll call it.
Yeah, I'll go back and look and see, because that's happened to me many times. That as I've said to you the other day, and I still think it's the right thing to do, is don't scratch them out until when we start up on TV, because then everything will line up correctly. But look, I've been banging that drum for a long time, so you know the likelihood of that changing is 0, because I've already said it a million times. But Barbie Station, you know, this is one that's got to mind her manners, but also you see some really nice starts in there.
That's it, right? She just has to stay flat, and she usually shows up with a pretty good performance, pretty good check getter when the daughter of Walter stays trotting. And yeah, she's running a little hot here right now, so it'll be interesting how she gets away.
The one that I did throw on the bottom of the ticket is actually the one the fans have gone to as a favorite. One Trophy Wife, also one that, first order business needs to stay flat, but also I saw this one win up at Georgian Downs, and it looked pretty decent.
Not showing any sub 2 minute speed, though, where I think there's trotters in here that can go 57 or 58 all day. And those being my top two selections, 6 and 3. Still really good value on these two.
Well, I certainly don't want Trophy Wife at 3-1, but now is up to 5-1. Faithful at 4-5. I think you might be right. Delphi Hanover at 7-1 is the much better play than Faithful at 4-5.
Before Gary, right now, kind of acting up before the start, right? This is the thing.
Well, we're going to have to see if that 4 Faithful can settle down, because otherwise you're sitting at a really nice 7-1. It's Trophy Wife and Southwind Franco, Eternal Embrace Faithful, Road Promises, Delphi Hanover, and Barbie Station as the field is approaching the start. And Faithful is about 3 or 4 lengths off the gate at the start, and off stride, and Eternal Embrace, and Southwind Franco also broke stride. So Eternal Embrace now will come out to get the lead, and then Road Promises, Barbie Station, Trophy Wife, and Delphi Hanover. And the field races on to the opening quarter. Eternal Embrace and J.B. Renault, who crushed the field last time out, has got a comfortable lead early right now and leads by about 2.5 or 3. Barbie Station on the outside now is moving up, and Barbie Station wants to play house with Eternal Embrace as they race their way up towards us. And now Eternal Embrace is racing on the lead with Barbie Station right there close in the pocket. And that 28-3 opening quarter, they head up towards the half. Racing third is Road Promises. Trophy Wife is racing position to 4th, and 5th is Delphi Hanover, and then 6th is Southwind Franco, and Faithful has had an ill-fated 4th race on this Friday night. Eternal Embrace and J.B. Renault. Bert looks pretty comfortable, 5-1. Barbie Station is racing second. There goes Delphi Hanover now, and Delphi Hanover is on the move on the outside and coming rapidly into the picture, and now is only about 2 off the lead, now a length and a half back, and now it's come on to take over second and is in pursuit of Eternal Embrace. Eternal Embrace, Delphi Hanover, Barbie Station, and then Trophy Wife, Southwind Franco, and Road Promises. 3/4, 128-4. Eternal Embrace, Delphi Hanover is coming hard. Delphi Hanover alongside Eternal Embrace as the field is about to turn for home, and Delphi Hanover off stride, Southwind Franco. Delphi Hanover's got the better of Eternal Embrace right now. Delphi Hanover is coming on strongly to the finish and has this one sewn up. Eternal Embrace is a solid second. Road Promises third. Trophy Wife is fourth, 159-1, and 6-1 on Delphi Hanover. A beautiful price, and really, Delphi Hanover is a really nice looking winner here in this 4th race.
Yeah, I felt she was sitting on a big one. She looked great on parade. There was an excuse for her break last time out. Still love her chances here, right at 6-1. That exactor Gary comes back at like $45, which is a great price. And then you've got a 39-1 shot. Road Promises, big long shot, finishing third behind this front two.
Well, and as you pointed out, we were watching Faithful with the ill-fated start. Couldn't get settled and was acting up, and then
tricky.
made the break.
She's been tricky.
Yeah, and also with all that money on Faithful.
Tricky and hot behind the gate. Jason did a great job keeping her together last time out, but she showed it in front of the grandstand that she might be a handful tonight, and indeed she was.
Yeah, and look, that's with these trotters, sometimes you've got to be watching because there's a lot of money that went to Faithful, and because you know that Faithful, it can be a little iffy, is you got to keep a watch out, because that kind of went south for Faithful and took a lot of money out of the pool.
Did indeed. I think I factored that in when making my selections here. I just sometimes the memory works, sometimes it doesn't. The memory for me was remembering Faithful behind the gate in her latest Before Tonight, where she was kind of flipping her head a bit. I said before around post parade that she might be a little tricky tonight. She was sad to see that. Faithful, such a nice trotter, in each of her last two being first and second, but just wasn't having it tonight.
So you give us the exactor 6-1 on to 5-1. You couldn't find us road promises, but you're not alone with that. 35-1. And Trophy Wife at 9-1 did race well enough to get onto the ticket. So a nice exactor by you, Sugar. 6-1 on to 5-1. Delphi Hanover, your top pick, back in front of us. And 3-year-old Green Shoe Bay Filly. And this is one that's owned by Scott McEnany and Brenda and Mark Lane. Brenda Lane's the trainer. Sammy Filion is the winning driver on number 6, Delphi Hanover. The fourth race, payouts number 6, Delphi Hanover, 1550, 660, and 483. Eternal Embrace, 420, 335. Road Promises, 1150. $2 exactor, 45.20. Dollar try, 320.20. Dollar super, 999.70. 20-cent super, 199.94. The fourth race order finish from the top, 462-7315. That's 462-7315. Field for the fifth race on Parade 1. Poet Laureate Jason Ryan for Chantel Mitchell and Howard Taylor and Judith Taylor. Number 2 is Easily the Best. Sammy Fillier for Matt Dupuis and Rick Heeman. And number 3, Better Than Never. Boston Surrey for Francis Guillemette and Jean Drapeau. Number 4 is Century Jazz. Paul McKenzie for Darrell Laver and Nathan Bain.
Going to 6. 6 is up.
Number 6, Dance Like a Skipper. Scotty Gulliver, Paul Coulter, and Georgia and Emma and Avery Longstreet. Number 7, Sporty B. Daryl Thiessen for Jack Moisev at High Stakes Incorporated and Nancy McNevin and Mark Main Prize. 8 is Better on Ice. Anthony Hunt for Dale Fritz and Edward H. Chassin and Michael Sawyer. And number 9 is Adriatico Hanover, Lauren House for Tim Myers and David Omaccioli. Field of 8 for race number 5. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, we're going to start with number 7, Sporty B. And Sugar, if you were looking at the handicapping page, all the cappers are decided on it's the 3 and the 7. Just half of the field went 7-3 and the other half 3-7. And you're on the half with the 7, Sporty B up first. And Daryl Thiessen.
Thiessen gets along with this Jack Moisev trainee. I mean, he's got 2 wins showing on the program page, and Thiessen was on board for both of them and comes in off the lifetime best, mind you, 53-3. And you can look all you want throughout the program page here. Not one other horse is showing 27 and change on the end of a mile at Grand River Raceway. It's something we don't see much of, right? We had that 2-year-old Redland Rocket Man a few weeks ago, home in 26-4. Just crazy speed for a rookie pacer on the end of a mile. But 27-4, it's rare to see that big final quarter speed at the river, and that's what you got last time out for Sporty B. Love him in here. I'd like to see him a little more energetic out of the post parade, but maybe that's just how he rolls. 9-1, heck of a price.
And also gets to leave out of post 6 because of the 5 being scratched out of here. And also one that was a bit win shy last year, just 1 win in 23. This year has 3 wins in 16, including last time out. Sporty B, 9-1. I'm shocked that the 3 and 7 are both offering good value, because there's also value at number 3, Better Than Never.
Yeah, that's a pretty good price on him. Versatile, very versatile, right? And certainly knows his way to the winner's circle. He's 9 for 16 in top 2 finishes this season, including the 153-3 life best over the river. We like the value and the play and the presence of both the 3 and 7 in here. I mean, I'd be thinking about the exactor box on these 2 right now.
And although you mentioned versatile, certainly he can be a great one to blast off the gate. We saw him wire a field here from post 8, June the 20th, and followed up the next week with another front-end effort. And yeah, go ahead.
Here's the thing. Trailing spot last time out. Nose on gate this time. Got to be thinking front-end mission or close to it.
Yeah, and Austin Sorry's not adverse to going to the front, and Francis Guillemette sends him out ready to go. Francis has got a big win percentage this year, as does Austin, so Better Than Never. It's the one that I liked. I love 7-2. Number 6, Dance Like a Skipper, is one that didn't have a win on the year before his start last time out. Well, that ended because he got a win in 53.
Yeah, I really liked him last time out. Got the job done at 7-1. I didn't go back to the well here, though. I think it's going to be tougher for him, though I do think he's a high-five player and a value player at that, 9-1.
Number 2, Easily the Best. You know, some of the prices here are shocking. That's because the money came for Better on Ice. But Easily the Best, this is one that was easily second best in terms last time out, because came flying late, just beaten 3/4, and did it from off the pace.
Yeah, it's a very nice deuce, closing up, passing horses on the wide side, just missing in 53-1. I've got a feeling you're going to see prices on 2, 3, 6, and 7 drop here. They're still about left majors. The other money did come from at 4 to 5.
And Sugar, number 8, Better on Ice, at least is your fifth one in this high 5 event. Got this one at 4 to 5. And, well, post 10 last time out at Mohawk and blasted him. And you can make an excuse and just throw that one out, and was good here before that.
Yeah, he was blasting from the 10 hole, 26 and 1 over Woodbine Mohawk Park. This is a bump up in class for him. I don't understand the 4 to 5 status. Post 8 has been pretty good at the river this season, but post 8 certainly not a lock for a type like Better on Ice. He does show 53 flat, 3 back when sitting second, but I don't get the odds-on fave status here with these. With a bump up in class, I just don't get it.
Interesting to see if he blasts from the outside. Yeah, so now it's changed. So
right,
maybe the money is being moved around. Well, Better than ever. 8 to 5 is my top one, and number 7, Sporty B, is still being a value play at 4 to 1. So you got to like your price, because Better than ever now has come to where I thought it would be, 3 to 2. It's a field of 8 for the 5th race, moving into the backstretch, gathering speed approaching the start. And the field for the 5th race. He is at the start on the rough, and Better Than Ice on the outside is going to skate out alertly. Better Than Never is part of the better top 2, and then Dance Like a Skipper. Century Jazz, Poet Laureate now 4th. Century Jazz is 5th, and 6th is Easily the Best, and then back to Sporty B, and trailing the field is, as they race their way on around the turn, Adriatico Hanover. But right now, coming on, Better Than Ever wants to loop up and take the lead from Better on Ice as they race to the opening quarter. Better Than Ever is 2 to 1 on the board, and then Better Than Ice, Better on Ice is 5 to 1. Dance Like a Skipper is racing 3rd. Poet Laureate 4th, 26 and 4, solid opening panel. Easily the Best is 5th best right now. Sporty B starts to work to the outside, then Century Jazz and Adriatico Hanover. And the field works their way up towards the half off that 26 and 4 opening quarter. Better Than Never, and Austin Sorey is in charge right now, leads by about 2 1/4 over Better on Ice, and Easily the Best is kicking in hard now, and is moving up off a 55 and 4 halftime, solid fractions, and Dance Like a Skipper is racing 4th. Now Sporty B is looking to buzz on the outside, and then Poet Laureate, and back to Adriatico Hanover, and Century Jazz. It's Better Than Never, but bearing down is Easily the Best. Better Than Never has a lead of just about 3/4. 1:24 and 2 the 3/4 time. Better Than Never, Easily the Best, Better on Ice, and Dance Like a Skipper. And then Poet Laureate, and still 6th is Sporty B. It is Better Than Ever who's got to work hard now to hold off Easily the Best as they field turns from, and Dance Like a Skipper is sent out wide and looking to dart up the inside now as they come on to the stretch. It's Better on Ice, but 3 across the track, but on the outside it is Easily the Best. Easily the Best is going to win. Second is between Better Than Never and Better on Ice, and then Poet Laureate 153 and 4, Easily the Best. It's set up nice with that 55 and 4 halftime for Easily the Best.
Yeah, he made a nice big push through the 3rd quarter, Gary. He did the same thing last time out when traveling over Grand River Raceway. Big move out of the backfield, it just missed, and he comes back with a similar effort tonight and goes to a new life best of 153 and 4. Well-meant winner here for trainer Matt Dupuis, Sammy Filiana on board.
Yeah, just one win on the season. That's the one thing that I held against him, but now it's twice that, has 2. But that last race was so nice, and had been racing at Mohawk, so Easily the Best coming in here, good last week, and even better here.
Yeah, I was surprised really to see him dig in, because he was out a long ways, and again, that was a big push through the 3rd quarter where they were traveling pretty good. He was likely 27 and change through his 3rd quarter, so to be able to fight off, and we did have a rail skimmer trying to punch on through late. But give all the credit to Easily the Best. He was just that in race 5.
Yeah, and he's also been helped each of the last 2 weeks. They've gone pretty quick early, and that set it up nicely for him. They went to the half in 54 and 3 last week, where he picks up the second, and then they gunned out early again in this one. So Easily the Best has been a really good closer.
Some horses, they love that hot early half, especially the closers. It normally will set up for them and win from anywhere tonight at the River.
We do get a bomb onto the high five at 35-1 from the inside to help it out.
Yeah, it's always good to see a long shot show up in the high five to help it pay.
It's a 2-3-8-1-6 back in front of us. Number 2, Easily the Best. A 5-year-old He's Watching Bay Gelding, owned by Rick Heeman, trained by Matt Dupuis. Sammy Filial, the winning driver. Second win on the season, 11th lifetime for Easily the Best. And trackside, we have the Lazapalooza group. Fifth race, pounds 2 Easily the Best. 740, 370, 240. 3 better than ever, 390, 290. 8 better on ice, 250. $2 exactor, $29.80. Dollar stripe, $83.25. Dollar high five, $1,180.80. 20-cent high five is $236.16. Dollar pick 3, $245.20. Dollar pick 4, $1,982.60. And we had a 20-cent pick 5, $1,271.09. The fifth race, order of finish from the top, 412 8 scratch 5 637. That's 412 8 scratch 5 637 on the bottom.
We are back on a Friday evening at Grand River Raceways, set to begin the back half of this 10 dash program, and the late pick five will cover the final five races of this card. We've got trotters to start things up. Going through it, it's trot, pace, trot, pace, and pace on the end with a full field of 9 in that non-jackpot high five finale. Let's bring up these pick five ticket ideas. One for myself, Gary Guy, and Conley Ecclestone, opening up as a heavy favorite, and got to be the one to beat, right? It's the 4, Show Me the Green, the daughter of Green Manalishi. Will try to remain perfect this season. If she wins tonight, that's going to be 3 for 3, and she's meeting Maiden Trust, right? So all she has to do is keep it together. Since switching barn, she's been really good for owners at Triple S Equine. Dale Spence does the driving for Kyle Rowe. So Show Me the Green. Expect it to go away as a heavy favorite. Again, she's 2 for 2 up against it with maiden trotters here in the 6th race. Opening leg of the pick five will also include the one, a JM Windshear, as a plan B. 7th race. 7th race, Pacers were on the 3, Better in Heels. 4, Pretty Missy May in the 9, trailing spot for I Dream of Jeannie. Could be tough for that big mare tonight. Singling up, number 6, Chip Happened. Love that trotter. Love the chances to make it 4 in a row. For Team McCagg, it's Daryl Thiessen staying on. Number 6, Chip Happened, certainly popping off the page there in race number 8. A pacing event in the 9th. We're using 2, 3, 5, and 6. Deepest of all in the final leg. If we make it to race 10, I think we're going to cash with either a 1, 4, 7, 8, or 9 in the finale. I'm in to go for $24 even on a 20-cent ticket. Gary Guy, he's got a ticket idea as well. He's using both the 1 and 4 in the opening leg. His top selection, he's looking for the 1, JM Windshear, to show up tonight. A Thiessen on board for Dupuis. It's 3 and 9 for Gary in the race 7 event. Better in Heels. The 3 is his top pick. He does single up Chip Happened as well. Then he's on the 1, 2, and 5 for race 9, being the Dear Abby 5, his top pick. And then 1, 3, and 8 on the end. He put the 1, Mr. Commodore, on top. It's a drop and pop. First time racing for a price, mind you, for Mr. Commodore in the finale. Gary in for just $7.20. And one last ticket, Conley Ecclestone coming in. Show him if you got him. Conley for a late pick 5 at the river. And there it is. 2 deep in the first few legs. We're all singling. Chip Happened. We all love his chances. He's a standout in race 8. Conley goes deepest of all, race 9. 4 deep with the 1, 2, 3, and 5, and 3 deep on the end for a ticket cost of $9.60 on a 20-cent play. Gary Guy with your post parade. Race 6 next.
Field for the 6th race on parade. 1 is Jam Windshear, Daryl Thiessen for Matt Dupuis and Joe Muskokomen. Number 2 is My Time, Your Money. Rob Jenkins Jr. drives and trains and partners in ownership with Felix Marion. Number 3 is Special Scent, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and John Burns. Number 4 is Show Me the Green, Dale Spence for Kyle Rule and Triple S Equine. Number 5 is Hey Trixie, Mark Etzel drives and trains in partners in ownership with Dean Lockhart. Number 6, Lady Jane Hanover, Anthony Hahn for Jeffrey Byron and Dave Byron and Craig Walwyn. And 7, Charbo Gem, Tom Smith for Jane Walker and John Ryer. Field of 7, race number 6. Let's get a look at this field and, well, Show Me the Green. I anticipated this one being the favorite. I didn't use him on top, but I did think that you and most people would have this one, and for good reason. Really good win last time out, and now has 2 starts this year and 2 wins, Sugar.
Yeah, I mean, you can't mess with perfect, right? Thus far in the season, she's been perfect, including a 157-3 new best in the latest, and not much in there showing that kind of speed beyond number 1 GM Windshear, and I've used that one as a plan B. That is your top selection. You could easily do an exactor box 1-4-4-1 in here. Dale Spence staying on board. Show Me the Green. Trying to stay perfect here. If she does, it's 3 for 3 in 25.
Look, in full disclosure, the only reason why I'm going to go with Jam Windshear has to do with the fact that I expected this Green Manalishi filly to be really heavily bet. I see a bunch of X's further down in qualifiers and in a grassroots start last year, and I just thought, well, at least, if you're going to take a shot here, take what you think is the second best horse, one that's already got a couple of runner-up finishes. But Show Me the Green is one that should have the best chance to get the green. Now, there's a double-barreled Darrell and Jam Windshear, and there's nothing wrong with the way this one raced last time out. And the thing that gives me encouragement is, well, missed the start before it due to sickness, so maybe has a reason to be better here.
100%. Missing 3 weeks, in fact. So now going back on the regular rotation, following up on 2 consecutive runner-up finishes. And daughter of tactical landing right here, and well relaxed. I love this. Thiessen just having her out there on the fence, and she just in a world all by herself here, and she's thinking about it. And tonight could be the night for her maiden victory. The form is great, and I love it getting back on that regular rotation.
Now, one way you can make an argument for a number 3 Special Scent is this is one that's had just 1 start. The opening quarter was 31 seconds. But after that, the next 3 quarters were all very good. So maybe Special Scent, because this is only the second career start, is the one that has a chance to make a big step forward.
Indeed. Julie Walker does a fabulous job training both the trotters and pacers. I think her specialty might be the trotters, if you'd ask her. Bert Renault on board, stays on. Following up a really good debut where it went on the wide side through the final half, past a couple of horses, and even had a 29 flat kicker on the end of it. And that's why we make her a top 3 threat at 15-1. We like her chances to hit the try and super.
So we both have the same top 3. We alternate with the 1 and 4, or 4 and 1, 3 is third. Then we've got a different idea who's 4th best, but we're just trying to find one to get onto the bottom of the ticket. Your angle is at Charbo Gem, and why not? Because, well, let's see. We'll count them back up how many times this one got onto the top 4 coming into this one. 5 in a row.
Well, pretty good check getter, right? This would be maybe a Grand River Raceway debut. I'm not sure this one was there last time. This happened. Actually, I thought I had the 5 for 4th, and I think I do. So,
you know what?
About the 5, that's the one on the monitors.
I flipped up. I flipped
owning, training, driving, and finishing right next door, really, to number 3 Special Scent. So I can get behind the 3-5 or 5-3. Either way you want to say it there for third and fourth here.
That was my bad. I threw in. I was looking ahead at bass backwards. So yours is the 5 and mine is the 7. And you know
There
what?
you go.
Yeah, and Mark Etzel, that certainly makes sense, but we need to see more with Hey Trixie and then Charmbo Gem. The only reason why I went that way is just because Charmbo Gem is one that's already done it 5 times in a row, getting onto the top 4. So I thought, well, I mean, I guess you can get 6, but I do love me some Mark Etzel, so I see why you're going there.
Yeah, good trot, man. You know what? 2 and 7, the most experienced in here. Even the 2, my time, your money. I know you were kind of liking that one the last few starts. Really showed a good kick on the end of the latest. So be watching out for number 2 to maybe hit the super here.
The money has come for Show Me the Green at even money, and I think might even drop from there. Jam Windshear is 5-2. It's a field of 7 for the 6th race, and they're nearing the start. Field 4, race number 6. Is at the start of the off, and J.M. Windshear broke stride. Lady Jane Hanover, Charmbo Gem, Show Me the Green, and then Hey Trixie. Then it is back to My Time, Your Money and Special Scent. But right now, fronting the field is Lady Jane Hanover at 50-1, and Anthony Hahn and Charmbo Gem at 35-1 is second. 1-5 on the board. Show Me the Green is behind those 2 and says, I think it's time to step out right away right now and try to loop up and grab the lead as they race on past that opening quarter in 29-1. Lady Jane Hanover, Anthony Hahn looks over his right shoulder and can see that coming on the outside now is Show Me the Green and Dale Spence, and third is Charmbo Gem, and then it is Hey Trixie, My Time, Your Money, and Special Scent, and Jam Windshear made an early break. And now it is Show Me the Green on the outside, challenging Lady Jane Hanover, who still has his share of the lead. Show Me the Green on the outside needs to clear soon because Lady Jane Hanover is hanging around at 50-1. Show Me the Green, 1-5 on the board, leads half a length, now 3/4, and now a length, and it is Show Me the Green with a lead of a length and a half and clears to the lead. Lady Jane Hanover is going to try to stick on the top 4, but Hey Trixie now has come on to take over second, and third is Lady Jane Hanover, but now Charmbo Gem is going to take third. Lady Jane Hanover is backed up to 4th, and then racing on the outside, My Time, Your Money, and Special Send, and off stride goes Lady Jane Hanover, and Show Me the Green has the lead in Hey Trixie and Charmbo Gem. As the field turns for home, Show Me the Green is moving quite nicely now, 129-2, and Show Me the Green is going to get all the green in this one and is going to win it under wraps. And Hey Trixie, Charmbo Gem, and My Time, Your Money, 158-3. Well, I was on J.M. Windshear, and that went south in a hurry, and a really nice effort with Show Me the Green. And once Show Me the Green finally was able to clear Lady Jane Hanover, who looked good for about 5/8 of a mile, then it was kind of over.
Well, it's hard to go against a young filly when she's got a couple of wins. She's like 2 for 2 coming in, and then she's facing maiden trotters, so very tough to go against. And I don't know. It looked to me like she was just kind of toying with them because she was laying over this field, really. The break by 1 at the beginning improved her chances greatly. Like I said, I think Dale was just kind of toying with them at the half.
And then I tried to give you the 7 over the 5, and you refused and said, no, I think I get the 5. Well, it is for 5-7.
Yeah, there's the play we should have went for. Maybe leave the next best choice off the ticket behind a heavy 1-5 favorite. You were mentioning going to the gate, even money on 4. Well, she took some serious action late to drop to 1-5.
Yeah, I thought it was going to go down from there, and I wanted to take a flyer just because I thought all the money would come to Show Me the Green, and well, all the money came because Show Me the Green was the best. But at least, you were insistent that it was Hey Trixie rather than Charmbo Gem. You're right on there, and so we get the 13-1 and the 35-1. JM Winsher 9-2 at least doesn't land on the exactors. So even though you're not going to have a win ticket, if you back Show Me the Green and Hey Trixie, the exactor's okay.
I'm thinking the people with the horses in this race that had to go up against this filly tonight, they're going to hope to see her somewhere else, maybe in a different class or at a different track next time, because it appeared they were going to be racing for second in there. But yeah, still a nice victory. Didn't even have to go as fast as she went last time. Maybe one of those paid training miles right there.
And she's a Green Man Alishi that was a $59,000 yearling. So this is not all that shocking that she's that good. And you weren't shocked at all about how good she was. Took her on top like everybody else except for I did.
It seems like she's kind of got this thing figured out now, right? I mean, 3 starts, 3 wins, and clean each time. So it's always nice to see the young horses come around.
Onward and upward for Show Me the Green back in front of us. And is a 3-year-old Green Manalishi Brown filly and is owned by Triple S Equine of Newton. Kyle Rule, the trainer. Dale Spence, the winning driver, 3 for 3 in the win column this year. Third win lifetime. Show Me the Green, 158 and 3. The sixth race payouts for Show Me the Green, 240, 240, 245. Hey Trixie, 1197.20. 7 Charbro Gen 920. $2 exactor, 20, 280. Dollar Tribe, 87.85. Dollar Super, 343.05. Fans note in race 8, number 5, Lockdown Romeo, Paul McKenzie will drive. Race 8, 5, Lockdown Romeo, Paul McKenzie. sixth race, order of finish from the top, is a 645-1273. That's 645-1273 on the bottom.
Welcome back, everyone. About 3 minutes, now 2 minutes away from race 7, start of the late pick 4. So we don't have a whole lot of time. So we might as well dive right into it and get a look at some late pick 4 ticket ideas covering the final 4 races this evening. 3 pacing events. There's a race 8 trot in the mix as well. So let's bring up tickets. Myself, the opening leg. We're going to try 3, 4, and 9. Better in Heels, Pretty Missy May. I Dream of Jeannie. Likely to be a favorite here, but the trailing spot for one that loves it on the lead. No shot. She's going to be on the lead early, but she could be looking for that front end at some point early in the mile. But again, a tough spot for what looks like a lukewarm favorite right now. Number 9, I Dream of Jeannie. The form is good, but she's been on the lead every time early. Not going to happen in this one. Over into race number 8, we're going to single up that 6, Chip Happened. Many people will be doing the same, kind of popping off the page, looking to make it 4 straight victories. Chip Happened in race 8 at a post 6. We're 4 deep in the 9th, going 5 deep in race number 10. If we can get there, we're just going to need a 1, 4, 7, 8, or 9 to show up. We're in for just $12 even on a 20-cent play. Gary Guy now with his best go on the late pick 4 at the river. Let's bring Gary's ticket in, and he's opting for 3 and 9. 3 being his top choice here. Better in Heels. Austin Sorry for trainer Paul Davies. Singles up the 6, Chip Happened. 3 deep in the 9th with 1, 2, 5 as top selection, being 5, Dear Abby. And on the end of it, 1, 3, and 8 is top selection. Number 1, Mr. Commodore. First time racing for a price. Gary's in for just $3.60. An affordable play on the 20-cent pick 4. Conley, friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Here he is with a 3 and 9 with a single to 6 in race 8. He goes deepest of all. Race number 9 on the pace, using Little Moments. Panther Momian, McWicket Move, as well as 5, Dear Abby. No 6, Ariel's Bet on a class drop in the 9th for Conley. The 10th race, he's on 1, 4, and 8. Conley's in for $4.80. Next voice you'll hear will be track announcer Gary Guy with a post parade race 7 of 10.
Field for the 7th on parade. 1, Ireland Silster, Mark McDonnell for Gord McDonnell. Number 2 is Night Dancer, Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. And number 3, Better in Heels, Austin Sorry for Paul Davies and Nicole Davies. And number 4 is Pretty Missy May, Daryl Thiessen for Ken Middleton Jr. and James Grant. 5 is Safe Passage, Damian McClellan for Mike McClellan and Phyllis McClellan. Number 6, Lily Claire, Paul McKenzie for Daryl Laver and Derek Ferris and James Grant and Dave Walls. Number 7, Dangerous Curves, Jason Ryan for Rod Boyd and McCann Stables. 8 is Queen of the Deck, Lauren House for Scott McNiven and Kimberly and Brad McNiven and Douglas Haywood and Thomas Broadhurst. And number 9 is I Dream of Jeannie, Sammy Filia for Francis Guillemette and Alcina Farms and Melissa Hendricks. Field of 9, race number 7. Let's get a look at this field. And again, we have a race where I think there's 2 horses that jump off the page. But one thing different about this race, Sugar, is that I'm with you rather than against you. And last time out, I was against you, and that didn't seem to be a smart idea. So I'm with you.
Thank you. Come along for the ride, right? Number 3, Better in Heels. Was a pocket sitter last time out. We were hoping she'd get there, though she just missed by a neck. Now, Austin Sorey was catch driving on that occasion for Paul Davies and Nicole Davies. Paul does the training. Austin stays on to drive, so he gets one more kick at the can here, so to speak. Better in Heels. Form is really good. Her clocking, where she was second, matched her lifetime best over the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park, 54-1. Second time Austin Sorey on board this season, and I see good things coming for this one at 8-5.
Well, I'm with you. And look, a lot of people would say, well, I Dream of Jeannie beat Better in Heels last time out and has 3 wins in the past 5, so what are you guys doing? Well, logical. I Dream of Jeannie has got 9 wins in the year. This is a front runner from the trailer post, so getting a lot of love, and we both looked and said, maybe this is the spot to go against.
It's all about that training spot. You nailed everything. 9-time winner. Many of them would be on the front end missions. I mean, great looking. Daughter of Big Jim, nice, tall. She looks great right here. Sammy staying on for Francis Guillemette. I'd love her a whole lot more if her nose was on gate, and I bet the connections would like their chances a whole lot better as well. Not an easy spot to win from, especially for a front-end type mare. A tough task for this current 3-2 favorite from the back tier.
And I Dream of Jeannie, a 4-year-old, and we went with the 3-year-old, but this is a 3-year-old that's also had 19 starts. So, and look, has been better of late. So a couple of runner-up finishes in the past 3. And so it's mostly a vote against the trailer post as opposed to against the horse.
Yeah.
Number 4, Pretty Missy May. We got the announcers union represented in 2 different spots here. We got Ken Middleton Jr. with Pretty Missy May and Daryl Thiessen, and we also have one with Dave Walls owning with the 6 Lily Claire. But Pretty Missy May raced pretty good last time out.
Yeah, and the reason I went there for third and the reason I used her in the opening leg of this pick 4 is because Thiessen might have had a choice. He was a winner driving number 5, Safe Passage, in the latest, and he's been on her a number of times this season. So he opted for Pretty Missy May, who's got a really nice kick on the end of her miles. 29 flat in her latest to show up and be third against our top 2 selections in here. So she is fitting in well, and her nose goes on gate. I'm not saying she's going to be on the lead in here, but there is gate speed to work with should Daryl want to use it.
Interestingly, Safe Passage won last time out and yet changed its equipment, blind bridle to blinkers.
Yeah, it's something I've always wondered about, right? An old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You see it happen numerous times with numerous horses for all kinds of different trainers where they just opt to switch things up off a win. And you know what? Why not?
I wonder if that tells us anything about what the plan is, because blasted to the front last time out, and well, maybe Safe Passage is looking at a different approach this time. We'll see what happens. But and also, I did throw in number 2, Night Dancer, on the ticket, even though he's 0 for 20. But I'm just looking to dance up and get a piece of it, not looking for a top 3 finish with Night Dancer. We'll see how it unfolds.
Bump before the start there, Gary.
Oh, well, I might want to change that plan of attack. It's a field of 9 for race number 7. And the field for the 7th race is at the start, and they're off, and getting out alertly, right now is Pretty Missy May. Pretty Missy May, Lily Claire is second, then Better in Heels and I Dream of Jeannie, and then it is back to Safe Passage in Ireland, Sealster, Dangerous Curves, and Queen of the Deck. And the field comes on around the turn, and it is Pretty Missy May who's got the lead. But Better in Heels on the outside now is looking to move on up, and Better Than in Heels is now pumping hard and is going to come on and get the lead. Better in Heels, Pretty Missy May, the top two, and then racing third, Lily Claire and I Dream of Jeannie and Ireland Sealster, then Safe Passage and Dangerous Curves and Queen of the Deck, 26 and 4, opening quarter, and they race their way on into the backstretch, and Better in Heels has the lead and advantages a length and a half over Pretty Missy May, and Lily Claire is popping to the outside, and a racing position third, I Dream of Jeannie on the outside at fourth, and Ireland Sealster. Then it is back to Safe Passage and Dangerous Curves and Queen of the Deck, and the field heads their way on towards three quarters, and Better in Heels has the lead. 4 to 5 on the board. Better in Heels, and Lily Claire on the outside is getting closer. Is only a half length back. Pretty Missy May. I Dream of Jeannie is within striking distance, second over, and is taking a peek off the back of Lily Claire. But still, it's Better in Heels, the one to catch. Three quarters, 126 and 1. Better in Heels. Pretty Missy May is getting a trip on the outside. I Dream of Jeannie. Lily Claire's in the front four, and then swung a wide is Ireland Sealster coming on down the stretch where they come. Better in Heels as they come on to the finish. Better in Heels is better and wins it over Pretty Missy May. I Dream of Jeannie, then Ireland Sealster and Safe Passage. 156 flat. The inquiry sign is up. It pertains to the start of this dash, and well, no inquiry at the finish in terms of who was the best one in this race.
Better in Heels, right? Took the late action to make her a favorite. I love the winning move by Austin Sorey. Right lining early to grab control. Following a hot quarter, 26 and 4. We mentioned Pretty Missy May had that gate speed to work with if Daryl elected to use it. And she was the earliest leader, but when Austin took control, they weren't going to go by this filly. She was a little green, I thought, last time out when racing the paddock. I thought she'd pounce from the pocket and win her latest, but she just didn't want to go on by. But here she was in control, and she might be the front end type.
Yeah, and your top three were 394. It comes 349, so we get a nice effort out of another closing effort from Pretty Missy May, and also. You see, coming into the picture, actually made it a decent. I mean, beaten a neck at Pretty Missy May at a bit of a price, 5 to 1. Not a long play, but better than having the favored 9. I Dream of Jeannie, or actually, I Dream of Jeannie climbed up to 7 to 2.
Yeah, they got away from her as the post time neared. I mean, maybe we turned them off of her a little bit. It's tough for a front end type mare to win from that back tier spot. Tough for any horse, really, even a closer. It's just a tough spot to win from. Trailing spot at Grand River or any half miler in Ontario. It's become one of the toughest spots to win from we've seen over the last couple of years. So well-meant winner here for the Davies, and Austin Sorey stayed on to drive her to a 156 victory.
And it's a 3491 inquiry sign up pertaining just to the start. But number 3, Better in Heels, 3-year-old Better Than Shetter Bay filly, owned by Paul and Nicole Davies. Paul Davies is the trainer. Austin Sorey, the winning tribe. It's the second win this season, 4th lifetime for Better in Heels, and coming into the winner's circle and out for the photo will be number 3, will be the group SV Law. SV Law Group out for the 7th race winner's photo with 3, Better in Heels. Fans note there will be a refund on number 2 Night Dancer outside of the first start pole at the start of the race. Refund 2 Night Dancer. Seventh race payouts, 3 Veteran Hills, 340, 260, 210. 4 Pretty Missy May, 480, 280. 9 I Dream of Jeannie, 220. $2 exactor, 1440. Dollar try, 1610. Dollar super, 5845. Seventh race order finishes at 491-258-763. That's 491-258-763 on the board. Field 4, race number 8 is on parade. 1 is Barzy, Scott Coulter, Steve Coulter. Number 2 is Vimy Ridge Venti, Jason Ron for Steve Laughran and Paul Mazzetti. Number 3, Badinsky, Semi Filia for Mary Ratchford. Number 4, a Magic Dealer, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Oakley Farm. Number 5, Lockdown Romeo, Paul McKenzie for John Holding and Morley Bosworth. And number 6, Chip Happen, Daryl Cheeson for James McKeag and Jan McKeag-Weischer. And number 7, Wheelin' and Steelin', George Ketros for Mary Ketros. Field of 7, race number 8. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, it took me a long time to figure out who I liked the best in here. About 5 seconds, Sugar.
Yeah, it didn't take me that long either. I've always been a big fan of Chip Happen. It goes back to last season where he did some really good things over London. I knew the connections from talking to them at the banquet in London earlier this season. They were looking forward to getting Chip Happen back to Grand River Raceway in the big 5/8s, and he's been almost perfect, right? 5 starts, 3 wins, 2 runner-up finishes, and tonight looks like a winner right here on parade. He's even money, and rightfully so.
And right now in the non-winners are 3 with 3 straight wins, and all of them not really threatened in terms of the end result. So I think until Chip Happen moves up in class, I think he's just going to keep on making it look fairly simple.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Not sure what Daryl has in mind for him tonight, but from off the pace, wouldn't be out of the question. There's no need, right, to rush on out of there and spoil the good times that have come in this 2025 season. So maybe just float on out of there, see what happens early. He may go for the lead at some point, but I don't see a big gate blast happen.
We both landed to the same one for second, and for good reason. Now, Barzy was 20-1 last time out, but was second to Chip Happen last race. First start off a layoff, so now gets the second start back, so that's where we landed with Barzy.
Yeah, he missed more than a few months. Last start at, late January prior to his latest, so I wasn't sure what to expect. I was surprised how well he got away from the inside. He was sitting 3 throughout and was able to close up and finish second, home in 29 flat. So Barzy, for sure, is going in the right direction for co-owner, trainer Steve Coulter. He shares the ownership with Scott, who does the driving. So real good shot here for the Deuce. And you know what? A win, not out of the question. This is the second start back off the layoff angle.
Yeah, and Barzy's been good for the Twins. Scott and Steve, and this is a horse that they've done some nice things. Barzy has been able to race well against some tough company, so does, I think, stand as the logical one. We both use 6-1. Number 5, Lockdown Romeo. Well, Paul McKenzie is the driver here, Lockdown Romeo, and also did race well last race.
Yeah, we like him to stay flat. That's what we need from Lockdown Romeo off the gate. If he remains trotting early, likely to be on or near the lead here for the catch driver, Paul McKenzie. A great-looking son of muscle mass who certainly stamps his offspring. 13-1, I can get behind this one all day for a top 3 or 4 finish.
Yeah, can't get to him on top because he's 1 win in 54, but during that same stretch, 11 runner-up finishes and 8 thirds, so can get a solid piece. Number 7, Wheelin' and Steelin' is one that raced better than I anticipated last time out, and this is one that you've seen race well at London.
Yeah, this one got on a pretty good roll there in the spring when on the lead. He got left alone multiple times where he was able to get in some soft halves, and they'd have to catch him. Not sure what the game plan is for Ketros here from the outside gate because he does have speed immediately to his left with both the 5 and 6 and even the 4 if that one stays trotting. But there is speed to work with right off the car should Ketros decide to use that at 16 to 1.
And unlike Lockdown Romeo, who's 1 win in 54, wheeling and stealing 6 wins and 16 tries on the year. So is one that 16 to 1 and now 14 to 1. Some value in there, but definitely no value on Chip Happened. None was expected. 1 to 5 on the board. It's Barzy and Vimy Ridgeventi on the inside. Badinsky, Magic Dealer, Lockdown Romeo in the center. Chip Happened, wheeling and stealing. And it is a field of 7 for race number 8. And they are happening into the backstretch, nearing the start. Field for race number 8 is at the start of the rough, and Chip Happened is going to come out well, also leaving as Lockdown Romeo. Lockdown Romeo, thou art moving well and has the front. Magic Dealer a length and a half back, and then Chip Happened is 3 off the pace, racing third, and gets over to the pylons, and then Barzy, wheeling and stealing, Vimy Ridgeventi and Badinsky, but right now it is Lockdown Romeo, Magic Dealer, and Chip Happened, the top 3, and Barzy is racing fourth, wheeling and stealing, Vimy Ridgeventi and Badinsky, and the field races off the turn, comes on towards us, and Lockdown Romeo. Paul McKenzie looked over his right shoulder to survey the field and anticipated Chip Happening coming, and has done just that. Chip Happened now has moved up and happened on to the lead. Lockdown Romeo is racing second. Magic Dealer is positioned to third, 27 and 4. Opening quarter, Barzy racing fourth in front of wheeling and stealing. Vimy Ridgeventi on the outside, and then trailing is Badinsky, but Chip Happened 1 to 2 on the board, 57-3 halftime, and a 29-4 second panel. Chip Happened is in command with a lead of a length and 3/4. Lockdown Romeo. Barzy is getting up a little closer on the outside now, 2.5 lengths back, and is closing ground. Magic Dealer is racing positioned fourth, and then Vimy Ridgeventi wheeling and stealing a Badinsky, but Chip Happened is leading by about 2.5 lengths now, and Chip Happened is starting to happen away from this field. Then Lockdown Romeo and Barzy and Magic Dealer, 1:27 and 2 at the 3/4 time, and Daryl Thiessen's just a passenger right now with Chip Happened, who's on fire on down the lane. Chip Happened just continues on. The whip is up in the air, and just cruising at the finish is Chip Happened, and then Magic Dealer against Vimy Ridgeventi for second, and Barzy fourth, 157 flat. Well, it was a training mile for Chip Happened, and in this non-winners of 3, I think he owns this class.
Yeah, he has. I'm not sure if he fits in there next time or not, but yeah, it's quite easy. It's almost a carbon copy of how he took them on last time out. I mean, Daryl made a winning move around the quarter mile. Just float him on out of there, right? There was no need for urgency early. Was able to sit third, went around to grab control following the hot quarter, and then from then on, they wouldn't get close. Just an easy victory. You see, Chip Happened 4 in a row. Happened again.
It did happen again, and I think it's going to keep happening unless he's out of his class next time out, and maybe even will keep happening against tougher, but at least we'll get a test. And, we thought Barzy, but, actually it ends up being Magic Dealer and Vimy Ridgeventi. A couple that we didn't discuss are the second and third ones.
Well, price players, right? You got a heavy favorite. We've been talking about it a few times tonight. You got a heavy favorite here at 1 to 2. Find some value, put them underneath. Barzy was the second choice. This wasn't going to happen for that one to be second or third this evening. So some mild prices underneath Chip Happened, the well-meant winner.
And Chip Happened makes it now 7 in a row for me in races where I singled this one on a pick 5 ticket, and 7 times in a row my single has been able to get the job done, and this one got it done with quite a bit of ease.
That's quite a record now. That's a pretty good memory, too, to be backtracking there.
I went back and looked. But had four of them on Monday, and they all got home, and then this is the second one this evening, so we'll see.
Go.
Of course, I've jinxed the next one, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Back in front of us is number 6, Chip Happened, and Chip Happened is a 4-year-old, looks like a Chippendale Bay gelding of James McCaig and Jan McCaig-Weisher. James McCaig, the trainer, Daryl Thiessen. Double barrel Daryl wins with Chip Happened. 4th win this year in 6 trips to the track this season, and 10th win lifetime for Chip Happened. Eighth race payouts, number 6, Chip Happened, 310, 250, 220. For Magic Dealer, $865. 2, Vimeo Bridge Venti, 410. $2 exactor, $21.50. Dollar try, $87.05. Dollar super, $150.60. 8-3 sorter finish from the top. 4372516. That's 4372516 on the bottom.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Field on post parade for the ninth. 1 Little Moments, Nick Boyd for Craig Bars and Nurko Sokolovic. Number 2 is Panthermonium, Jeffrey Hunt for Matthew Penix and Metaros Stables. Number 3 is McWicked Move. It is Jason Rye for Brent Dunbar and Dorothy Dunbar. And number 4 is All-Star Willow Pumpkins here for Matt Dupuy and Antonia Smith and Tony Arts. Number 5 is Dear Abby, Sammy Filliard for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing Stable, and Michael Duncan and Linda Bernard. Number 6, Ariel's Bet, Jay Harris for Jody Cullen. And number 7, Sunny Dreams, Daryl Thiessen for Brett Lester and Rebecca Williamson. Well, field of 7 for race number 6. Let's get a look at this field. And Sugar, we've had a lot of similar opinions on the evening in different spots. But in this one, I think you're on your own with Ariel's Bet.
This is where we go our separate ways, right? Number 6, Ariel's Bet. We're taking a swing. Right now, she's a 14-1. I went back to catch her replay at Grand River on June 23rd. Now, she had the rail on that occasion. She got sideways leaving on out of there, and she did the same thing last time out over Woodbine Mohawk Park when leaving the rail. Sideways, well, sluggish in the early going, but she did make a break at Grand River when chased up after going sideways. So, Jay Harris, a catch driving assignment. This filly, she's just trying to find some form. If you want to go back and check that replay on her, where she made the break at Grand River, she closed up very strong on the end, paced a mile in 54-1, passing horses and flying at the finish. So if Jay Harris can have this filly finding some interest at some point in the mile, maybe a hot early pace is what she's going to be looking for, because there is some talent here. It's just she's got to bring it.
Well, look, I don't want to doubt you too much because on Wednesday night you gave us a 25-1 winner. Ariel's Bet is sitting right now at, well, dropped down since you've been talking this one up. The thing to notice, though, 6 out of 10 in the top 2 last year and sent up at Jody Cullen. So you don't want to get, too long a price here. Yeah. You can definitely take a shot on Ariel's Bet because has done it before. Number 5, Dear Abby's my top one. And, I think Dear Abby is one that can build off that last race at Mohawk.
Yeah, that's a pretty good effort. 53-1 with Borth on board. She does show 52-3 back in mid-June with Billy Davis in the sulky. She tried Clinton a couple of times for the kin pace. She did make the final, though it wasn't going to happen for her there. When she left for the trailing spot, she was well beaten in there when going for $50,000. Daughter better than Cheddar. Got her pegged as an exactor factor, but I don't got her pegged as a big favorite here or worthy of that even money status. But things could change. I don't know. I just can't get behind her for the win spot at that price.
One thing that's kind of interesting here is number 2, Panthermonium, was a dominant winner here last race, blasted the front and beat the field. Back in the same class was the 2-1 favorite, and what did she do wrong to now be 6-1?
Yeah, nothing at all. She bottomed out the field is what she did, and she paced to a new lifetime best in doing so, 154 flat. Now, Boston Sorry was catch driving her on that occasion. He's driven her in the past as well. Jeff Hunt going back on board. Worth a look. I've got her pegged as a top 3 player, but now we've seen that big gate blasting speed ability. We might see it again here with Hunt going back on. 5-1's a decent price, and I could get behind her at that.
McWicked Move, your 4th one, and I used that one on the ticket as well. This will be only the 4th start of the year, and you see improving form.
Yeah, 4th, 3rd, 2nd. I think we might have mentioned it. Maybe it's time for a 1 to go in behind that. 4, 3, 2, 1 blast off maybe. The price is right, certainly, for McWicked Move, and she's got some gate speed to work with. trailing spot last time out. Nose on gate this evening, maybe to show more. A 7-1 price player.
I should mention the longest shot on the board, now second longest shot is for All-Star Willow. No fun from post 8 last race, but this is one that in the past has raced okay here in this class. A couple of thirds, in fact, got a third after making an early break even here.
I just don't see it. She'd have to find maybe 2 or 3 seconds here. This mile, Gary, capable of going in 53, 54 tonight maybe because it is a little cooler now. 18 Celsius going on to the 9th.
Well, you're on Ariel's bet. That price now is sitting at 6-1. And, I went with the fans on Dear Abby, and don't like even money, though. So we'll see. I like your price a lot better. Little Moments, Panthermonium on the inside, and Wicked Move, All-Star Willow, Dear Abby's in the center. Ariel Bet and Sunny Dreams. It's a field of 7 for race number 9. The field for the 9th race is in position. And there at the start, Panthermonium makes a little bit of a bobble and steps back. And now Little Moments on the inside. Little Moments, All-Star Willow, and Dear Abby, McWicked Move, and Sunny Dreams. And then Panthermonium and Ariel's Bet is back trailing the field. Little Moments, 11-1 on the board, is having a moment on the lead right now. And then All-Star Willow is racing second. Dear Abby behind those two third. McWicked Move is fourth as the field moves past the opening quarter. Little Moments put it up at 27-1 and leads All-Star Willow. And now here comes Dear Abby. And Dear Abby is coming on the outside. And racing fourth is McWicked Move. And then Panthermonium. Ariel's Bet has one beaten, and that's Sunny Dreams. The field heads up towards the half, and 27-1. Opening quarter, they head rolling past the half. Little Moment still a length and a half, but Dear Abby on the outside is getting a little bit closer, but still has to make up now a couple of lengths or more as Little Moments is still sharp on the lead. 56-4 halftime. Little Moments, Dear Abby on the outside is second, and now comes on to a length back. All-Star Willow is third. McWicked Move is racing fourth. Panthermonium out 3 wide now and charging, and Ariel's Bet and Sunny Dreams, and they race on by 3/4 off a half of 56-4. Little Moments, Dear Abby looming as Panthermonium. All-Star Willow is fourth, and then McWicked Move and Sunny Dreams and Ariel's Bet as the field turns for home. Little Moments 3/4, 126-1. Panthermonium may have Little Moments measured. Dear Abby, and then on the inside, All-Star Willow, McWicked Move with a late push on down the stretch. Where they come, Panthermonium. McWicked Move is flying late. Panthermonium and Dear Abby, and it's Panthermonium to win. Then it is between Dear Abby and McWicked Move, 155-4. Panthermonium won here last time out as the favorite, and today actually is a 2-1 second choice, and well, it's just another win.
Just another win, going back-to-back at the river, this time with Jeff Hunt going back on to drive. 155-4 from off the pace. You mentioned maybe a bobble off the car, lost a bit of ground, so there was no shot of a front-end mission. My 6 didn't fire, but the ones below it were finishing in the top 3, so that's how it goes sometimes. You take a swing and you hope for the best. Just wasn't going to happen tonight for the long shot that I had up top there, 6 Ariel's Bet. Maybe she'll show up somewhere at some point and be in the winner's circle, and I likely won't have her then.
Well, at least beat the one that I mentioned. Might have a shot, All-Star Willow, so we're both all wet there.
Good race, though. 3 across, battling to the finish. And Panthermonium. That one might give me trouble if that one winds up in London and I've got to call her name.
Panthermonium and Dear Abby raced well, but is second, and so had the top 2 backwards. Had it as a 5-2, and it's a 2-5.
Yeah, I should say that 5 went a big one. She was a little bumpy on the opening turn. Sammy Filion did a great job of keeping that one together. And then she was out and rolling for a long while in there. Dear Abby, one to be looking for next time.
And your Ariel's Bet did rise back up to 11-1. I got no problem with you taking a shot at 11-1 and especially because you're still riding off the glow of picking that 25-1 shot here on. And you didn't just pick that one on Wednesday. You were like trumpeting that up.
Well, you said laser focused, and I kind of agreed.
But in this one, it is Panthermonium 2537. And number 2, Panthermonium, 4-year-old Panther, Hanover Bay mare. Back-to-back wins and 2 wins on the season. 4th win lifetime for Panthermonium. Victorious 155-4. Ninth race payouts, number 2 Panthermonium, 650, 310, 250, 5 Deer Abbey, 280, 243, McWicked Move, 290. $2 exactor, $17.20. Dollar try, $17. Dollar super, $122.90. 20-cent super, $24.58. Ninth race order finish from the top, 513-7264. That's 513-7264 on the bottom. Are you dreaming of a career with horses? The Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program is here to help. If you're an Ontario resident, you can take our free course and turn your passion into a profession. And employers can register for the program and receive wage subsidies, 50% for up to 18 weeks, or a maximum of $5,000. It's a win-win for job seekers and businesses alike. Ready to take the reins? Visit OntarioEquineEducation.com today and start your journey in the equine industry. Field for the 10th race on parade. 1, Mr. Commodore, Jay Harris for Claire Bradshaw and Brian Jamison. Number 2 is Renegade Beach, Jeffrey Hunt for Matthew Panos and Mataross Stables. Number 3 is Hasselhoff, Austin Sorry for Daryl Laver and Leanne Davidson, and Dave Walls and James Grant. Number 4, Smiles for Miles, Sammy Filia for Chantel Mitchell and William McKay and David Serwatic. 5 is Mappa O'Reilly, Mark McDonnell for Haley Curry. Number 6, Bozak, Jason Rye for Brenda Lane and Mark Lane and Anthony Lane. Number 7, Country Grace, George Catros drives and trains and owns. 8 is Asher's Basher, Daryl Thiessen for Gord McDonnell. And number 9 is Written in Stone, Dale Spence for Brenda Duncan and Dave Duncan. Field 9 featuring the Super High 5. We'd better get deep into this one because I think this is a pretty wide open dash. And, well, only one or two that are not getting much love, but still overall I think pretty wide open. But we both have Mr. Commodore, even from that last race, as our top pick.
Yeah, I'm going to stay on this one and hope that he can maybe be on or near the lead. This is a much easier spot for the 4-year-old son of sports writer. And first time ever, Gary racing with a claiming tag attached. He's in to go here and a $20,000 claimer for the non-winners of 26.5 lifetime. Yeah, I think you got to use them, but there shouldn't be any clear-cut favorite in here, just like there likely shouldn't be any clear-cut long shot.
No, because, I mean, look, it's hard to look through this and really fall in love with any of them. They all have some positives and some negatives, just like Mr.
Indeed.
Commodore. And, Written in Stone is one that you gave us as an 8-1 winner on June the 20th, and you kind of stayed away since then, and now you're coming back in on Written in Stone to kind of, see if you can find some more magic.
I am going to come back to this one. As mentioned, I don't think there should be a clear-cut favorite or a clear-cut long shot. This is as good a spot as any for this horse. He does show 54-3, 2 back. When closing up well to finish third, he's home in 28-2 in that one. And you can look across all 9 in this race. That line kind of pops out, and there's not many others showing a trip in 54 and change with a back quarter in 28 over the river. You're going to get that with number 9, Written in Stone. Can he find that form? Let's hope so. I got him pegged as a top 2 threat. A win would not surprise me.
I'll tell you what also pops out to me is both the 7 and 8, because they're the only 2 that have 3 wins this year. All the others have fewer than 3. And Country Grace, a winner last time out.
Going in the right direction for Kitros. That was life best. I mean, he does show 54 over the river, though it's the final quarter speed. Not a whole lot to write home about, though he was 27-4, 2 back when pacing in 55-3. Talking about the 7, Country Grace for Kitros. He might try blasting away with him here because he's got a nice gate push, and there's not a whole lot of speed to the left.
Yeah, another one that, I threw in third on my ticket and you threw on 4. It's number 8, Asher's Basher, and primarily, Daryl Thiessen, Gord McDonnell. Gord drives or trains a lot more down your way than up here, and you've seen him amass some nice numbers over the last number of years.
Right on. Gord McDonald, owner, trainer, teaming up once again with Daryl Thiessen. Now, Thiessen knows this horse, and this horse has got tons of gate speed. And his best option is to be sent. And he's another long shot player that I would be including in the high 5. I think the 7 and 8 could both show the early speed here and be sitting up close. Again, the best option, the best game plan for the 8 is to be on or near the lead should he want a piece of this high five play, and he's got the right guy on to do it. Daryl Thiessen loves to put them in play, and he knows how to time it from that outside gate.
One that we both threw on the ticket, and we would have thrown on a lot higher if the fact that last time Smiles for Miles raced was March the 20th.
Yeah, this is an extended layoff for him. It's been months since Smiles for a Miles has raced. Just kind of wanted to see him once, right? I mean, did pace a nice back half in the qualifier over the river to win it home in 28 and change. But again, it's the layoff, the stale date that had me only using him for fifth.
Yeah, and also this is one that's been good this year. It's just the stale date because 6 out of 9 in the top 3 and sent out a Chantal Mitchell's barn. Chantal can get the job done, semi-Filion, but it's a field of 9 for the 10th dash, a wide open dash. We'll see how it unfolds as they're just about up to the start. And the field for race number 10. At the start of the off, and Asher's Basher comes out from the outside, and Smiles for Miles and Hasselhoff on the inside. And then Mappa O'Reilly and Country Grace and Mr. Commodore, Renegade Beach and Written in Stone, and Bozak is back trailing the field. Smiles for Miles, 8-5 of the boards, got the lead. Hasselhoff is racing the pocket. Mappa O'Reilly, and then Asher's Basher is going to find the pylons racing fourth in front of Mr. Commodore, and Renegade Beach is sixth now as they race their way off the turn of the field. Rolls past us, 26-3, a lively quarter put up by Smiles for Miles. The trailing 3 right now are Written in Stone along with Country Grace and Bozak off that 26-3 opening quarter. Smiles for Miles is smiling right now and leads this mile by a length and a half right now as they race their way on into the backstretch. Hasselhoff, and then Mappa O'Reilly, and then it is Asher's Basher. Mr. Commodore now is plugged in on the outside and is moving. Mr. Commodore is getting up a little bit closer, but still about 6.4 lengths off the lead as they race their way on toward 3/4, 55-3 halftime. And it is Smiles for Miles who is leading by a length and a half, and Hasselhoff racing third is Mappa O'Reilly. Then racing along to the inside is Asher's Basher. Mr. Commodore has flattened out racing fifth, and those 5 have separation on the rest of the field, and it is Smiles for Miles who continues to smile during this mile and leads it right now by 2. Hasselhoff is racing second, Mappa O'Reilly third, but they're not coming after Smiles for Miles. Smiles for Miles and Hasselhoff. Smiles for Miles wins at Hasselhoff second, Mappa O'Reilly third, Asher's Basher and Written in Stone 153-1. Well, it was an interesting dash in terms of the numbers, but Smiles for Miles is one that hadn't raced in a long while, but yet raced like one that was ready to roll.
For sure. One that I wanted to see first before trying him. I did include him in my high five play, but only for fifth. But definitely was good to go off that extended layoff and a new life best. 153-1. I mean, he parked through the quarter as well. 26-3, and he actually won this quite easy, and appeared to be some smart money on this horse tonight. Debuting for the new barn of Chantal Mitchell.
Well, you said you wanted to see him. You know, if you want to see him, you could watch him in the winner's circle, too, because he's going back to get his picture taken, so you'll get another chance to see him. But, look, that's interesting that you lay off that length of time and then you go a career best. That usually isn't the way it works.
Slick gated, the son of Mick Wickett, too. I mean, he's definitely going in the right direction now. I mean, the qualifier, 57-4, and then finds another 4 seconds when on the lead here to, again, go to a new mark of 53-1. A well-met winner.
Yeah, definitely you could go to Sammy Filia and Chantal Mitchell. It was just that we, as you termed it, the stale date. But look at some of the other ones. Hasselhoff we didn't get to talking about, and also Mappa O'Reilly. Neither of us had that one anywhere, 13-1. We did like Asher's Basher for a share, and raced well enough. And there's your Written in Stone also onto the ticket.
Yeah, he got caught up in traffic. I mean, he did close up well from where he came from to get fifth. A really good trip for him, but he's one to consider next time to add into the tries and superfectas. Smiles for a miles. Calls in a night here at 8 to 5.
Well, Sugar, enjoy your weekend. Study it up for Monday. We'll talk to you then.
Sounds good. Have a good one.
And back in front of us is number 4, Smiles for Miles, 4-year-old McWicked Bay Gelding, owned by William McKay and David Serwatic, and Chantel Mitchell's the trainer. Sammy Phil Yaw's the winning driver. First win on the season, and it is the 3rd win lifetime. New career mark, 153-1. Smiles for Miles. Tenth race, payouts 4 Smiles for Miles, 530, 360, and 270. 3 Hasselhoff, 720, 340. 5 Mappa O'Reilly, 580. $2 exactor, 33.40. Dollar Tribe, 92.25. 20-cent high 5, 2100, 78.58. Double of 2 and 4, 26.10. Dollar pick 3, 13.80. Dollar pick 4, 24.35. And the dollar pick 5 pays 38.10. The 10th race, order of finish from the top, is a 792-138-645. That's 792-138-645 on the bottom. Well, fans, that concludes the live harness racing program. Action resumes on Monday night, first dash of 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.